So welcome all. My name is Hasayu Iriche, and I'm a student from the Audiovisual Communication degree at the Camilo Jose Cela University. Today we are here with a new episode of the podcast, Global Education Forum Education, Shaping the Future, Keeping Us Human. By my side is Marc Rotenberg, the founder and executive director of the Centro for AI and Digital Policy, a global authority on AI policy and data protection. He's a leading expert, advocate, and educator in the field, shaping human rights frameworks for AI governance. Welcome, Mr. Rotenberg.
Thank you.
So as you know, today we are here to talk about AI and its impact mainly in education. How do you envision AI shaping the future of education, particularly in terms of privacy and data protection?
Well, I think AI will have a big impact on education. It's already in the classroom. Teachers are using AI and students are using AI, but I think there are also real challenges. And as you mentioned, one of the big challenges concerns privacy and data protection. A lot of the new AI models collect a great deal of personal data. It makes it possible to do language translation, for example, and to generate papers and songs and images. But also when we get into the area of personalized learning, you see companies want to gather data on students to try to customize education for particular students. And I think we have to be a bit careful to respect the privacy of the students, to understand that the data that's being collected in one setting, like for education, shouldn't necessarily be used in another setting, like employment or healthcare. And we also need to be careful that we don't end up trying to, imitate or replicate a particular student, which now becomes possible if we have enough information about how that person speaks and how they appear. So real challenges and real opportunities.
And based on your opinion, how can educational institutions effectively balance the benefits of AI-driven personalized learning with concerns about data security and privacy?
Right. So I actually try to avoid the word balance. And I say this because I think both goals are important. In other words, we should think about how to effectively incorporate AI into the curriculum so that students are learning more and teachers are doing a better job teaching, and at the same time, make sure that we have the proper safeguards in place. And the analogy I sometimes use is, with cars. I mean, the designers of the fastest cars also have to build the strongest brakes, because when you have a powerful engine, you need a powerful system of control. And this is the approach I think we should take to AI. So we think about innovation and we think about equal safeguards to protect privacy.
And what role do you believe AI should play in ensuring equitable access to education for all?
Right. So there's a big issue, in the United States, but also all around the world, when we think about these powerful foundational models, which are essentially the large data sets that make possible generative AI. Today, they're mostly controlled by a few very big tech companies. So we'd like to see access to more data through public sources. This is actually a priority in the United States, as I know it is in other countries, so that we see the benefits and the research opportunities, which are particularly important for universities, more widely distributed. So this is actually key, making these models more widely accessible so that they don't simply exist in the private sector.
And how do you think policymakers and educators can collaborate to develop AI governance frameworks that prioritize both innovation as well as the protection of student rights and interests?
Right. So I think it's very important in advance to develop policies and also to do impact assessments to really think through the consequences of deploying AI techniques in the classroom, in educational settings. I think some of the best outcomes result when people sit down at the beginning and say, maybe we'll use this tool in this way, but not for this purpose. Maybe we should evaluate that application. this is the type of critical thinking that will allow educators to make the best decisions. And I think students, along with teachers and staff and others, should be part of that conversation.
Yes, I agree. And thank you, Mr. Rotenberg. It was a great pleasure talking with you. Those were all the questions we prepared for today. And we hope to see you soon.
Great. It's very nice to meet you. Excellent questions.
Thank you.
Very, very well done.
Thank you so much.
Sure.